Hey everyone, Julio Rodriguez here for Card Player TV, ready to give you guys a look back at this year in poker. 2010 is drawing to a close, and what a year it's been on the tournament circuit. The year kicked off with a bang at the PokerStars Carribean Adventure. The huge tournament hosted almost 40 events, and its main event attracted more than 1,500 players. Card Player's own Barry Shulman finished third for $1.35 million, but the eventual champion was Harrison Gimbel for $2.2 million. Another young pro to burst onto the scene early in the year was eventual 2010 Player of the Year Thomas Marchese, who got his year going by winning the inaugural PokerStars North American Poker Tour Venetian main event. Annie Duke took down the NBC National Heads Up Poker Championship this year, and her big win was followed by a number of other high-profile wins by female players. Vanessa Selfs won the inaugural NAPT Mohegan Sun event, and Liv Boeree took down the massive EPT San Remo event for almost $1.7 million.
Women did really well this spring, so that was really nice. I mean, you know, one of the things that people always say, you know, when they say, oh, women aren't good, is, well, that's a really unfair statement, because you can't just look at results in terms of the number of wins across like WPTs or final tables or things like that. You have to understand women tend to represent about 3% of the field. So that's a lot to, you know, ask.
2004 World Series of Poker main event runner-up David Williams also had a great year. Williams won the World Poker Tour Championship at Bellagio for $1.5 million. As summer approached, the build-up to the World Series of Poker began, with over 50 events ranging from $1,000 Shove Fest to the $50,000 Mixed Game Players Championship. The 2010 World Series of Poker was set to play host to some of the biggest stories of the year, and it did not disappoint. Michael Mizrachi got the World Series of Poker started on the right foot, winning the $50,000 Players Championship with his brother Robert Mizrachi joining him at the final table. Many other big names won at the World Series of Poker, including Gavin Smith, Sammy Farha, Men the Master Win, and double bracelet winner Frank Casella. Phil Ivey took home his 8th World Series of Poker bracelet for winning a horse event, tying him with Eric Seidel. Another storyline that emerged at the World Series of Poker involved high-stakes cash game star Durrrr Dwan and some truly massive bracelet bets he made. Much of the high-stakes community had quite a sweat when Dwan made a heads-up against Simon Watt in a $1,500 no-limit hold'em event with over 2,500 entrants. Durrrr was not able to win the bracelet, however, and the $380,000 he got for second was small change compared to what he stood to win.
I have a bunch of money bet to win a bracelet. I have a bunch of money bet to win 2 bracelets in 3 years. Those are both really huge bets, and then I have a ton of other bets relating to the series that probably are like equivalent to either one of those. So a bunch of the bets I have relating to the series are like most amount cashed, which now I'm looking in really good shape for since yesterday. I think I cashed for 380 or something. So I made 380,000 or whatever that the Rio's giving me. I think I had 20% or so in cross books. I think I made another 100,000 in side bets on that tourney, and then I probably made another 400,000 or 500,000 in equity. So it wasn't a bad day, and today I can say that I'm not complaining about it. However, yesterday after I busted out and was very close to having a much better day, I was kind of tilted.
Must have felt almost like a main event, like final table, like a 10k event or something, with the amount of people like really sweating you and just worried about the consequences.
I mean, it would have been worth way more than any 10k final table except the main event, so I would have liked to win, but maybe next time.
There are many prestigious events in poker, but no title is held higher than that of the World Series of Poker main event. More than 7,300 players put up the $10,000 buy-in with the title, the bracelet, the fame, and the millions on their mind. Over 8 grueling days of play, the field was whittled down to the final table, the November 9, and among them was none other than 2010 Players Champion Michael the Grinder Mizrachi. The November 9 was notably heavy on young poker pros and light on amateurs, evidence of the evolving face of the poker world. With that, the stage was set for the biggest showdown of the year, the World Series of Poker main event final table. Check back to catch that event's conclusion and the rest of the major happenings of 2010 in part 2 of the Year in Poker right here on Card Player TV.